Hey, hello everyone. This is Varsha, and today we'll discuss the fourth video lecture on this chapter, Accounting for Amalgamation of Companies. And if you have not watched the earlier three videos, which were based on the theory part of this chapter, and in which you will understand the whole theory part of relating to this chapter, amalgamation of companies, how the amalgamation will occur, and what will be the parties, what is exactly amalgamation, and external reconstruction and all. So if you have not watched the earlier three videos, please watch that first and then this video. So today we'll discuss all the practical questions relating to our purchase consideration methods, and in the last video we have already discussed all the theory part in very detail. Like the first one, we have discussed the lump sum payment method, in which the whole lump sum payment you have already given in the question, and you don't need to do any further calculation. So that was much easier method you can relate with. And the second was your net payment method. We'll do the practical question on this method in the next video. So the third method, which is much important, is your net asset method, and today we'll discuss that first. Okay, so in the net asset method, we have discussed we have to add all the assets, and then we have to deduct there from the liabilities part, and then we will get our purchase consideration. Okay, so we will discuss that in this video. And the fourth one video, which was exchange method or swap method or intrinsic worth method, we already discussed an example on this. So today in this video we'll discuss the net asset method, and two questions we'll gonna to do on this. Okay, so let's start your illustration first. As you can see, it is based on net asset method. Here he is saying calculate just purchase consideration from the given balance sheet. Okay, so he's not asking for any general entries, he's not asking for make any ledgers account and nothing else. This is a very basic question, and in this question you just have to just calculate purchase consideration. Okay, so this is very basic, so please listen very carefully. See, here a balance sheet is given to you, and in this balance sheet some liabilities and assets is given. In liabilities part, here the share capital, the equity capital is given, worth of 3 lakh, 6% debentures, sundry creditors, general reserve, profit and loss account. So these are given. And assets, in asset side, goodwill, land and building, plant, stock, debtors, cash, preliminary expenses, discount on issue of shares, these are given. Okay, so as you can see, on the asset side, preliminary expenses and discount on shares account, these are, you can say, the fictitious assets. So this will not be transferred in when the transferor company transfer its business to transferee company. These will not transfer. Okay, and on the liability side, general reserve, profit and loss account, these are related with the shareholder, equity shareholder, so these you don't have to transfer. But in the question, if specifically it is given, then that it particular assets is given, creditors or liabilities which the transferee company takes from the transferor company, you must have to watch them very carefully and take into your purchase consideration that only. Okay, so let's move further. It is given in the adjustments that the transferee company takes over the business of the transferor company on the following terms and valuation, and these are the values placed on the various assets are. See, we have already discussed in the net assets method that you can give the various assets amount as the agreed amount and not the book values, or the transferee company can take the assets at the agreed amount and not the book value which is given in the balance sheet. So they valued various assets, like goodwill they are valued at 60,000, and what was the book value? It was 80,000. So they are taking 80,000 worth of goodwill at 60,000. So you have to calculate your goodwill by 60,000. Okay, you in the purchase consideration will take 60,000 amount and not the 80,000. We have already discussed it, right? agreed amount or the book value, whichever is given in the question. So you have to take the agreed value in your purchase consideration. Clear? So land and buildings is given, is taken by transferee company at 1,20,000, and while in the balance sheet it was 1 lakh. So you have to take 1,20,000, which the amount which is agreed between both the companies, you have to take that only. Okay, so see, the transferee company taking assets, goodwill is, he is taking land and building, he is taking plant, he is taking stock, he is taking debtors, he is taking. Okay, and it is written in the last that cash not taken over. So he is not taking over the cash, so you don't have to include your cash in your purchase consideration. Clear? So creditors to be satisfied at rupees 40,000. So creditors, when you will take your creditors to be satisfied at 40,000, you have to take just your creditors and not the debentures, and that too at 40,000. Clear? So when we will calculate our purchase consideration, we'll do, see here, he is taking goodwill at rupees 60,000. At rupees 60,000, he is taking at 60,000. Land and buildings at 1,20,000, he is taking at 1,20,000. Plant 60,000, plant 60,000. Stock 75,000, stock 75. Debtors here 55,000 at the agreed value he is taking. So here you will take your debtors 55,000. Clear? Next, cash is not taken over, so cash you don't have to include in your purchase consideration. And next, you add all these assets value and deduct therefrom the trade liabilities, which is he is taking creditors to be satisfied at 40,000. So you have to deduct 40,000 worth of trade liabilities, your creditors, from the total assets amount, 3,70,000 minus 40,000, and you will get your 3,30,000 as a purchase consideration. So this will be your purchase consideration which the transferee company will pay to the transferor company for taking over its business. Clear? So how this is how you will calculate your purchase consideration. Add all the assets at agreed value and deduct therefrom the liabilities, and you will get your purchase consideration. Clear? Okay, so now do the next question, which is also based on the net asset method, and here you have to calculate your all the ledgers and all the balance sheet, journal entries, everything is here in this question. So this kind of question will come, most probably will come in your exam. So keep doing a lot of practice, and this is something very typical or very, you can say that, hard question. So please listen very carefully. Okay, so in this question, you what is given, that A company and B company whose business are of similar nature decide to amalgamate, and a new company called AB Company Limited is formed to take over their assets and liabilities. Okay, so here two companies is they are winding up, and a new company, AB Company Limited, is forming. So AB Company, we can say the AB Company is a transferee company, and A and B Company, both the separate companies, are the transfer company. They are transferring their business to AB Company Limited. Okay, so AB Company will give the purchase consideration to A Company and to B Company separately. So we have to calculate what the purchase consideration for both A Company and B Company separately, and then you will make the realization account for both of companies, A Company and B Company, equity shareholders account for A Company separately and B Company separately, and then you will pass the journal entries for both of the companies. Okay, so what you have to do for A Company, we can take the example of A Company. What ledgers you have to prepare: realization account, equity shareholders account, and if in the question preference shareholders is given, then you have to make the preference shareholders account. If the debentures is given, then you have to make the debenture holders account as well. Cash account, purchase consideration, calculation of purchase consideration, and then the journal entries you will pass for the liquidating company. Similarly for the another company, and then you will calculate and then you will pass the journal entries and the balance sheet for the transferee company, for the new company which is forming, which is taking over the business of both the liquidating company. Clear? So the balance sheet of A and B company is given to you, and in this balance sheet, see, you have given share capital 7500 shares of 10 each, 4550 shares of 10 each for A, and for B sundry creditors is given, reserves is given, profit and loss account is given, goodwill, plant, land, stock in trade, sundry debtors, cash is given for both of the companies, A company and B company. Clear? Next, what you have to do, assuming that the assets and liabilities are worth at their book values. What does it mean? It means that AB company, the new forming company, is taking over the A company and B company's assets and liabilities at their book values and nothing at agreed value. Okay, so you all have to take the purchase while calculating your purchase consideration. The assets and liabilities you have to take at their book values and not at the agreed values. Clear? What amount each company will get. So what amount each company will get means you have to calculate your purchase consideration. Obviously if it specifically not asking for it, then also you have to calculate your purchase consideration. Clear? Next, it is asking for passing the journal and necessary journal entries in the books of the companies. Companies means all the companies. Also prepare the balance sheet of AB Company Limited. Obviously you can make the balance sheet of just a new company as the previous old companies which is liquidating, nothing will left over in their balance sheet. So how can you make the balance sheet of the leftover liquidating companies? Okay, so balance sheet you have to make for the new company. Okay, so let's do. See, first of all you will calculate your purchase consideration. So for calculating your purchase consideration, what you have to do, see, various assets taken over 83,300 minus various liabilities taken over 3,300 is equals to your purchase consideration payable 80,000 and 50,000. Just remember 80,000 amount, and I will show you how you can calculate this 80,000 amount from your realization account as well. Okay, so various assets taken over, because since they are taking it on book value, so you can calculate your purchase consideration from the realization account as well. If it is not if they are not taking their assets and liabilities at the book value and they are taking at an agreed value, then you have to calculate it separately. Clear? Okay, so this 80,000, how this can come from the realization account? See here, when you will make the company A's realization account, then you will pass all the assets, you will pass all these assets on the debit side of realization account. If you have remembered, you already have did this kind of things in your 12th class when you passed the dissolution, and when you did the dissolution chapter in partnership accounts, then also you made this realization account. Okay, so when all these goodwill all these assets will taking over, then you have to do you have to write it off as debit there in realization account. So goodwill worth of 30,000 on the debit side, you will pass the entry to goodwill account 30,000. As you already know this thing, know this rule that if assets are decreasing, then they are crediting. Okay, so their account will be credit. So 30,000 goodwill, when you are decreasing the assets, then you have to credit it. Okay, so what the entry will pass? Realization account to goodwill account. You are crediting your assets now, so goodwill you have to credit. So here you will pass this as to goodwill account 30,000, to plant account 18,300, to land 10,000, to stock in trade 16,000, to sundry creditors 7,500, to cash 1,500. See, here it is written that assuming that assets and liabilities are worth at their book values, okay, and the whole company A and B company, all the assets is taking over. In the last question it was specifically written that cash is not taking over. Here nothing is given, that means cash is also taken over by the new company, so you will transfer the cash amount as it is 1,500. Clear? And in the liability side, share capital is not the liability, it is the capital, so you will not transfer this, remember this, okay. What you have to transfer? Just the liabilities. So what is the liability in this? Sundry creditors, just the sundry creditors. Reserves and profit and loss is the part relating to share capital, equity shareholders, and they are not our liabilities. So remember this, you don't have to pass this on your credit side of realization accounts, okay. Just you have to pass all your liability. So sundry creditors is your liability, you will pass the sundry creditors amount 3,300 amount, okay. When you will add all this and deduct sundry creditors amount, you will get your purchase consideration 80,000. Clear? So here you can also calculate your purchase consideration with the help of realization account, because all the assets and liabilities are taking over at book values and not the agreed values. Clear? Otherwise you have to make the separate accounts for both. Next you will make a ledger for the equity shareholders. So company A's equity shareholders, okay. So here you can see that company A have the equity shareholders, equity shares 7,500 shares of rupees 10 each. Here see at the very top, 7,500 shares of rupees 10 each, 75,000. Clear? So you will, what you will do, you are making the shareholders account. So shareholders have this balance, so on the credit side you will pass it as by equity share capital account 75,000, it is their capital, okay. So you will transfer this amount by equity share capital account 7,500, and I've already told you that reserves and profit and loss account, these are the you can say the reserve and the company's profits. So these relating with whom? They are relating to the shareholders. So you have to pass in their equity shareholders account. So by reserves account, by P&L account 4,200 and 800, these will credit in equity shareholders account. They are relating with them, so you will transfer these accounts in their ledger account, and then you will make the total 80,000, and you will say that 2 equity shares in company AB Limited, that means that worth 80,000 worth of equity shares AB company has to give to A company A's equity shareholders. Clear? So equity shares worth of 80,000 AB company limited will give to A company. So this is what you have to do while making your journal while making your ledger accounts. Next what you have to do, you have to pass the journal entries. So for passing the journal entries, what we already did in our ledgers, we have to just pass that in our journal entries. Like first entry, you can see that realization account debit to goodwill account, to plant account, to land account, to stock in trade account, to sundry debtors account, to cash account, and the various amounts of these is written over here. So how you can make this journal entry? Obviously what you did in your realization account, you pass all your assets on the credit side of realization account. See here, you just did that in realization account, you passed all the assets on the debit side. So what was the journal entry? As we can see, realization account debit to goodwill account, to plant, to land, to stock, to sundry debtors to cash, and the various amounts we will just pass the journal entries like this only. Okay, so 83,300 is a total amount of realization account, the debit side. Okay, and in the credit side, what we did, we pass the sundry creditors liabilities amount on the credit side of realization account. So what will be the journal entry? Sundry creditors account to realization account 3300. Next, how we calculate our purchase consideration. We did that balancing figure was 80,000. So AB Company Limited account debit to realization account 80,000, and AB Company Limited will give the shares to shareholders of A company. So what you have to do, shares of AB Company Limited. See here, you debit the AB Company Limited. Next, you have to credit your AB Company Limited and you have to debit your shares of AB Company Limited, and then the shareholders account will debit to shares of AB Company Limited. As you already make the ledger of equity shareholders account, and there what you did, there you on the debit side, we see here what we have did in the on the debit side, we have already make this entry to equity shares in company AB Limited 80,000. So just pass the journal entry shareholders account to shares of AB Company Limited. They will get the 80,000 worth of shares, equity shares from the AB Company Limited. Clear? And here in equity shareholders account, we have passed their capital account, reserve account, profit and loss account on the credit side of the equity shareholders account. So we will what we are doing, we are crediting the shareholders account with the 75,000 worth of share capital, 4,200 worth of reserve account, and 800 worth of profit and loss account. We are crediting the shareholders account with 80,000 rupees, and we are giving 80,000 worth of shares from AB Company Limited to these shareholders. Clear? So like this kind of journal entries you have to pass. Realization account entries, just pass these entries. Then sundry creditors, the liabilities entries you have to pass. Then the purchase consideration entries, and then the shares of AB Company to AB Company Limited account, and then the shareholders account entries you have to pass. And all these journal entries have been made in the books of AB Company. Clear? Similarly, you have to make company B's realization account. Same thing. Companies B equity shareholders account you have to make. Okay, so here as we can see, the purchase consideration 50,000 worth of purchase consideration will occur. Here P&L account is just in their balance sheet and not any reserves in surplus. So we'll just credit P&L account in their shareholders account, and 50,000 worth of equity shares AB Company Limited will give to company B shareholders. Clear? Okay, so company B equity shareholders will get 50,000 worth of equity shares from company AB Limited, and then same as we have did in company A's account, we will same pass the journal entries in the books of B Company Limited. Like you can see that realization account debit to goodwill account, to plant account, to stock in trade account, to sundry debtors account, to cash account. Similarly, you will pass all these journal entries in company's B's account, and then sundry creditors account to realization account, AB Company Limited account debit to realization account, which is a purchase price recorded. You are just doing the purchase price recorded entry, that is AB Company Limited account debit to realization account, which is you can see here that this entry, purchase consideration 50,000, company B realization account or purchase consideration. Okay, so what you are doing, you are recorded it as purchase consideration account debit to B company B's realization account. So instead of writing purchase consideration word, you are just writing it as AB Company Limited. sorry, here you can see you are just writing AB Company Limited account to realization account. Okay, so 50,000. Next, what you are doing, you are giving the shares, you are being receipt of purchase price is given, so shares in AB Company Limited account debit to AB Company Limited account worth of 50,000. Then you are passing your share capital account and your profit and loss account to shareholders account. See in the last second entry, 45,500, 4,500 worth of 50,000. You are crediting your shareholders account with 50,000, and then you are giving the shares in AB Company Limited to these shareholders. So shareholders account will be debited, and shares in AB Company Limited will be credited with the 50,000 amount. Okay, so these kind of journal entries you have to pass in books of A company, in books of B company, and separate, make the ledgers account for both of the companies. Clear? Then we'll make the opening journal entries in AB Company Limited, the new company we are making. We are the amalgamated company, the new company. So you can pass journal entries like this. See here, opening entries in the books of AB Company Limited. So what you are doing for A company, he is making for the A company. Obviously they will make the journal entries for both of the companies separately. Okay, so here on December 31st 2004, on the same date, what he will do, he will obviously he is purchasing a business, so he is right, he will debit in its account business purchase account debit to liquidator of A company, to whom he will give the amount 80,000 worth of amount, to whom he will give to the liquidator of A company. So you will credit your liquidator of A company credit and business purchase account debit. Okay, so journal entry will make business purchase account debit to liquidator of A company 80,000. Then obviously he is taking all the assets, so assets in his account, in his business, a new AB company business, all the assets, because these are increasing, and what we have to do with increasing balance, we have to debit all the assets. So here all the assets will debited like this. So sorry, just 1 second, I'm also get confusing with so much ledger, so much journal entries, so please give me a second. Yeah, so here you can see goodwill account debit 30,000, plant account, land, stock in trade, sundry debtors, cash to sundry creditors. You will pass just the one entry. Okay, so all the assets will be debited and the creditors and the liabilities will be credited, and the rest of the amount, the balancing figure, is your business purchase account, 80,000 worth business purchase account. So if it is a, obviously generally it is a credit amount which left over business purchase account 80,000, and to the liquidator of A company, what you are giving, liquidator of A company share capital. So will in the last entry see discharge of purchase price, we are giving to the liquidator of A company account to share capital account. Okay, so as you can see that in the business purchase account debit, we have debited our business purchase account to liquidator of A company. So business purchase account we already write off with this. First we debited it and then we are crediting it. So the business purchase account is all settle off. Okay, and liquidator of A company is, we credited it first and then we are debiting it. Okay, so this account is also settled by the share capital. So what is left over? Okay, goodwill account is left over, plant, land, stock, sundry debtors, cash, sundry creditors, these are the accounts which is left over, and share capital account is left over. And in the balance sheet, as you already aware of, in the balance sheet what we need except of it, obviously just these accounts, all the assets, all the liabilities and the share capital. We just need it. We have settled business purchase account, first debit and then credit with the same amount. Liquidator of a company, first credit and then debit with the same amounts. Okay, so both of these account we have settled, and the balance sheet amounts, balance sheet ledgers we have saved. Okay, so this was the journal entries. Next, just wait a moment. Similarly, AB company, see here, AB company will pass the journal entries for the B company, and here you can see business purchase account 50,000 to liquidator of B company 50,000, clear, and the assets and creditors of the B company, he will pass the same journal entries like goodwill account debit, plant account debit, stock and trade account, sundry debtors, cash account, sundry creditors account credit to business purchase account with 50,000, clear, and liquidator of B company account will be debit, and to share capital account 50,000 worth of credit. Okay, so here you can see in the books of AB company, obviously all these assets are coming and all these liabilities coming. Share capital is the new share capital, it is issuing to A company, to B company. So now you can relate your rules of debit and credit. What we have did, goodwill, all the assets, as it is coming, as it is increasing in the business, we are debiting it, and the creditors, the liabilities is obviously increasing, so we are crediting it, and the share capital account, obviously it is a capital, so if the capital increases, what account we have to do, debit or credit? Obviously credit, so share capital account is credit. Okay, so now the next journal balance sheet of AB company limited you will make, and only one balance sheet you have to make it. Okay, like the journal entries for both of the companies you passed separately, this kind of thing please don't do that. You are making the balance sheet of A and B company separately. This is a one company, so you have to make just one balance sheet and all the assets amount and write in your balance sheet. Okay, you have to add it to your goodwill account, similarly land account, plant account, so you have to add up all these amounts. Okay, like you can see here in the books of B limited, what was the value of goodwill? 20,000, while in the books of goodwill A account, the goodwill amount was 30,000, so total goodwill amount is now 50,000. Land, here land is not given, but in the A books of A, land amount was 10,000, so you will write 10,000. Similarly, plant account 13,450, so add with the plant of amount with A company and you will get your 31,750. Similarly, investments, we have current assets, loan and advances, like so you will add stock, sundry debtors, cash, and write the total amount, the add-on amount. Okay, share capital, how much share capital AB company limited to limited issued to A company separately and B company, just add both of these amounts and you will write the total share capital. Okay, 80,000 worth of share capital you AB company limited passed issued to company A, and 50,000 worth of share capital AB company issued to company B. So 80,000 plus 50,000 equals to 1,30,000. So 1,30,000 worth of share capital he will passed it. Okay, reserves and surplus, nothing. Secured loans, nothing. Unsecured loan, nothing. Obviously reserves and surplus you don't have to credit in your balance sheet, as the reserves and surplus which A company have, okay, which A company had, it already credit it with their shareholders, and it will not passed with the AB company. Okay, so you don't have to pass it on here, that already goes to equity shareholders of company A. Similarly, P&L account, you don't have to pass the amount of P&L account, but you have to pass your current liabilities and provisions. Sundry creditors worth of 5,300, in which the sundry creditors of 2,000 of B company and 33,000 worth of sundry creditors of A company. So total is 5,300. Clear? So balance sheet of AB company will make add all the amounts separately for both of the companies, and you will make your balance sheet of AB company limited as a combined balance sheet. Okay, so that was all your accounts in the ledgers, the journal entries, and the balance sheet in the new company. The transferee company and the transfer companies also we have seen. So that was your net asset method. This was kind of a simple question you can see in your books. So keep doing practice and you can ask questions. Okay, so in the next video we'll discuss the next method, the net payments method, and that was the last video you can say on this chapter. Okay, so keep doing practice. Bye.